I wanted to talk with you about why I decided to purchase real estate in Spain. What led to this decision is the definite fact that I had visited Spain many times before, and it's a place where I feel comfortable. And I cannot stress this enough, because when you're putting your money at risk or when you're investing in an asset, it's very important that this investment feels right. What led to this decision was the fact that I know that I am protected in Spain. What do I mean by that? As a foreigner, I am eligible to first own land in Spain. I can own properties. I can own 100% of an apartment. I can own 100% of a house. I can own 100% of the land. That was important to me because, again, I wanted to make sure that my investment is safe. And I personally wouldn't feel too comfortable investing in an apartment, in a house, land, whatever, if I had to use a company or if I had to use a local partner, giving them like 50%. That just doesn't feel right to me. It isn't just about owning real estate in Spain that made me feel good about the country. I can go open up a Spanish company that I own 100%, and I like that. I like full foreign ownership for companies, for land, for apartments, for assets. I don't want to go down some really crazy and spooky road where I don't know what's going to happen to my investment. And so strong rule of law is one of the main factors that I look at when I invest in anything. When I invest in any country, it's like the number one thing for me. I can easily get residency and citizenship in Spain. I don't have a residency in Spain. I'm not a citizen of Spain, but Spain is one of my flags. It's a place where I purchased real estate, and the fact that at some point in time I can become a resident, a permanent resident of Spain, and after so many years of having lived in the country, I can then also apply for citizenship. Then I chose an area in Spain where there's a lack of real estate. I feel like that's important. If land is scarce, then that's a good reason to buy. And especially if more people are moving to this specific area. So I was looking at all these factors and I came up with the perfect decision that really suited me at that time, where I felt like this is going to be a good investment because of all these factors combined. Next, what is really important in Spain? What really matters is the location. What do I mean by that? Spain, like to me, it's a very strategic location. Let's say you are an entrepreneur, you're some kind of investor, you run companies. I can get flights to most countries in Europe. I can get flights to most capitals in Europe and most major cities. Let's say you have a company in Eastern Europe and your tax residency is in Eastern Europe. Let's say it's in the Czech Republic, let's say it's in Hungary, potentially Bulgaria, Serbia. You can easily fly to most of these countries from Spain. I feel like that's really important. If you want to use Spain as your vacation home, let's say you want to purchase real estate, this is going to be your vacation home, and at the same time it's going to serve as an investment property, then I feel like you have a really good formula here together where if you want to go on a vacation, let's say you're located in Bulgaria, you have a team there, you have an office there, or maybe that's in the Czech Republic, or let's say you are in Serbia or some other Eastern European country where you can get reasonably priced labor, where you can enjoy low tax rates, let's say 9 to 10% corporate tax rates, and also low income tax rates of say 10%. You can have everything that you want inside Europe. You don't need to fly to Asia unless you want to get out of the bad weather in Europe during the winter time, which is true. Then you might want to consider taking a vacation, and from Spain you can fly into Asia. You can fly into many cities. You can fly into like China, Hong Kong, South Korea, or if you want to fly to America, you can easily do that from Madrid. If you want to fly into Miami, it's like 8 to 9 hours. If you want to fly into New York, it's also like 8 to 9 hours. If you want to fly to the West Coast, obviously more time, 12 to 13 hours, sometimes more than that. Or if you want to fly to the Caribbean, like Spain is very well connected to most of the world. Like it's just a prime spot to be in. If you want to say spend some time in Latin America each year, let's say you have residency in Paraguay. Well, there's a direct flight from Madrid to Asuncion, Paraguay. Or if you want to spend some time in Argentina, you can fly to Buenos Aires. You want to spend time in Montevideo, there's also a direct flight. Brazil, right? Chile, Ecuador, Colombia, wherever you want to fly to in Latin America, with a few exceptions, you can get there from Spain on a direct flight. And the flights are not really that expensive. With that being said, I really believe that Spain is a very strategic location for someone who wants to have a business in Eastern Europe, wants his tax residency to be in Eastern Europe, or wants to spend time in Latin America and have the least problems traveling back and forth between places. Let's touch on some key benefits of living in Spain. One of the key benefits of living in Spain is that Spain is a very safe country. Yeah, you take a look at the crime statistics, and yes, pickpocketing does happen. Violent crime is often unheard of in Spain. One of the biggest reasons why expats choose Spain, I'm talking about Americans, Canadians, Australians, British, is because of the great work-life balance. Coming from a highly hectic Western country where work is being prioritized, you kind of know that getting the life balance makes a big difference. Work-life balance is highly valued in Spain. The Spaniards, they really like to prioritize spending time with friends and family because it's what brings them joy. And they understand that it's not about the amount of money that you have. Money is important, and we've been talking about this. Money makes your life better. The things that money can buy you will make you happy. But if you work yourself to death, if you get serious health issues, heart attack, stroke, mental problems, then you want to consider slowing down a little bit. And you can achieve that slowdown when living in Spain. The culture is functioning in a way that you will enjoy the little things every day. We're talking about going out for lunch with your friends, with family, or even with your coworkers, or just taking a walk. Having a good, meaningful conversation is what people in Spain appreciate. And like I said, family and friends are very important in this country. Last but not least, let's talk about the tax situation in Spain. Many people are telling you, oh, you shouldn't move to Spain, the taxes are too high, you're gonna end up paying a fortune in taxes. That might be true or might not be true, depending on your income situation, depending on how smart you are, depending on how you structure your taxes, your residency. You know, if you don't want to live in Spain full time, or if you take advantage of really smart tax deductions that are legal. We've talked about this already before. Tax avoidance is legal, tax evasion is illegal. We want to focus on how we can minimize our taxes legally. In Spain, you can make general deductions, like deducting certain expenses from your taxable income. If you're coming from the United States, you know what I'm talking about. Let's say you are an LLC owner, a limited liability company owner. You know that they have a general deduction of $12,000 a year. That's $1,000 a month that you can deduct. And you can also make certain expenses deductible in Spain. Mortgage interest, health expenses, and even things like donations are deductible in Spain. In case you're married, you want to consider filing jointly because, like in many other countries, you might be able to save a good amount of money in taxes by filing jointly in Spain. You can also take advantage of tax breaks related to your residence in Spain. This can include reductions in property value and even exemptions on capital gains when selling your home. Education is key. Educate yourself. Know the tax code better than anybody else does. That's important if you want to save money and spend the least amount of money in taxes. Now, there are many more tax exemptions that you might qualify for as a resident of Spain. On top of that, Spain offers plenty of small business deductions to business owners. And there are family deductions. If you have children, you might be able to deduct quite a bit from your taxable income. If you want us to help you relocate to Spain, let's say you need help with obtaining a residence permit, getting citizenship, purchasing real estate, and doing other legal paperwork, then please feel free to consider us as your relocation agency. Click on the link below the video to learn more. Are you looking to relocate to Spain? What are your thoughts about investing in real estate? Share your thoughts in the comments below.